Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm gonna walk you through my flat hunting experience in London, and I'm basically gonna take you guys on a journey and tell you how we ended up here. If you watched my video you already know, but I left my ensuite room in Hackney to move in with my boyfriend. This is so sad. And let me just say, the process of finding a place in London was a roller coaster with so many lows, more than highs. But we did find a place that we really liked at the end, and we are very grateful for that. Although, not gonna lie, saying bye to my ensuite room was a bittersweet feeling because I loved that room. I literally made it so me, and I don't even know if I filmed like a proper tour when it was finished. It literally broke my heart to take everything off the wall and removing the pink marble sticker that I put in the bathroom, all that stuff. Sad. And also leaving Hackney overall was quite tough for me because I feel like that's where I grew up. Literally ever since I moved to London I've been living in Hackney, and so these was a bit of a change. Just to give you guys a background, I'm currently in Highbury, but Hackney will always be in my heart. That said though, I was so sad to leave the room, but not so much the people. I hated my flatmates so much. I could literally do a full-on story time talking about them and all the shady things that were going on in that flat, but that is not the main focus of this video, is it? So let's go back a couple of months and let me tell you how everything started. Also, I wanted to mention that I feel super cozy today with my little set from Primark. Outside it's raining and this feels so good. So when me and my boyfriend decided to move in together, we looked at some one-bedroom flat in London, and ideally I wanted to stay in the Hackney area, but I was also looking at Camden, at Islington, because at the end of the day we both worked in Central and these two were quite close to Central London. Budget wise we wanted to spend 1.2k max, I would say, without the bills, and then we were willing to go 1.5k if the bills were included. But when it comes to places in London, that is definitely a pipe dream, and I feel like we learned that the hard way. Also, something that I really cared and I was looking for in an apartment was good lighting and big windows. I do YouTube, as you guys know, and so that was very important for me. Something also wanted in a place, but it wasn't like a priority, was white furniture, because I feel like that's such a good background for you to experiment with colors and just make it your style. And so with these lists in mind, we started to search apartments. We looked at all the different platforms, so we were on Zoopla, we were on Rightmove, and I kid you not, every single time we found something that we liked, we got in contact with the agent, it was already taken. And it was so frustrating. Like, the market in London, it's crazy. Bear in mind, when we were looking for flats, I didn't really had a set by date that I needed to leave my previous flat. I needed to give a month notice, and of course I was not gonna send my notice in until I found a place. But my boyfriend was in a slightly different situation. His flatmate wanted to sell the place where they stayed at, and so we knew that as soon as the house was on the market it would be like 2 to 3 months and then he needed to leave the place. Which, talking about that house, actually at one point the plan was to move in together there, and his friend said yes. I literally started to pack my room. I was this close to giving the notice as well. I even took a picture of the house and started to draw on my little iPad. Literally wrote a note with all the little things I needed replacing or changing, or like all the things that I wanted to buy for the different rooms. It took me a full day, and then his flatmate was like, actually I changed my mind, I'm gonna sell the place. And we were back to square one. That happened, so from that point on we started to look for apartment, and we were also a bit more consistent with that. I got a list of my phone with all the apartments that we viewed, and so I'm gonna go through it with you now. Also, I just changed my cover. Can we talk about how cute this one is? I got it from eBay, and I will definitely link it down below for you guys. I tried to film some of the places I toured, so whenever I have footage I will insert it, otherwise I'll add some photos on the screen. So the first place that I viewed by myself was the studio flat in Dalston, and from the photos it looked quite bright. I think the price was around 1.2k. The only problem with this one was that it came to unfurnished, and so that meant we had to spend more money to get all the furniture, and also in person it was super dark. It was on the lower ground floor, which meant it was below the street level, and that's why it was super dark, and so we decided to pass on this one. The second place I visited together with my boyfriend was this little one-bedroom apartment in Hackney. This one was definitely on our budget. The only problem is it felt quite small. I like the fact that the bathroom, the kitchen and the bedroom were separate, but then the kitchen was not a living kitchen, and so it didn't really have space for a dining table or anything like that, which meant you had to eat in your bedroom, which had this big ass bed that was taking like most of the space, and it just felt quite small in a way. The good thing about this one is that it had a little patio outside, which was decently big for London, but it wasn't covered, and so in the winter month there was not much you could do with it. Also, bear in mind I live in London, and I feel like this city is known for rain, and even this summer it doesn't feel like summer. It's so cold, and so the idea of the patio was cute, but it just wasn't worth it. Then on the same day we also visited this other studio apartment, which I cannot find the photo or the link for the life of me, so there's not much point of me talking about it. But once again, it was quite small, it wasn't bright at all, and I also realized at that point that I don't like studios apartment where you can see the bed from the kitchen and the kitchen from the bed. That is just a no-go for me. And so we ended up filtering our research so that studios won't show up, which is kind of funny because the ones that we're currently in is a studio apartment, but the bed is higher and the layout also makes it feel like a different room. You guys need to stay tuned for my next video, which is gonna be my moving vlog and empty apartment tour, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. After that, my boyfriend went to see a flat in Bermondsey, and he took a little video with his phone, which I'll add on the screen. He really liked that one. I wasn't so keen, but then again I didn't see it in person. This one was pretty big though. It had a lot of storage, and he also had a little patio outside. And so we ended up placing an offer, and we actually got accepted, but then we found this place which we liked better, and so we decided to move on with this application instead. We are 2 flats away from the one that we ended up choosing. We found this apartment in Liverpool Street. It was a 1-bedroom apartment. It looked pretty big. I was concerned about the light situation from the picture, and when we went for the viewing my fears were confirmed. There was no light coming through whatsoever because he only had some very tiny windows at the top, and the ceiling was quite high as well, so even to open those windows, oh my god, I don't even want to think about it. I didn't vlog the viewing because the current tenant was still in the flat, and the flat was also disgusting. It wasn't clean, there was a mess everywhere. There was even like a spillage on the floor that you could tell wasn't clean after whatsoever. I kid you not, it was disgusting. It was gonna get professionally cleaned, but overall to us it wasn't worth it. Also, again, it wasn't bright at all, and I could never live in a dark place because that would affect my mental health so much, and that is literally why I don't do so well in the winter month when it's super dark outside. So again, that was a no, but the position of the apartment was great. It was in Liverpool Street, like I said, so close to Spitalfield Market, which is one of my favorite markets in London, but yeah, the place overall, it wasn't worth it. Then after that we went to see a little studio in Broadway Market, which if you guys know, that's where I used to work, and I absolutely love Broadway Market, but the apartment itself was again on the lower ground floor, and so there wasn't much light coming through. It did felt quite small as well, so we ended up passing on that one. And also it came unfurnished, which again, we were looking for a place that was furnished. And then after that we came to do the viewing of this place, and we absolutely fell in love with it. We literally went to the Grab next door after the viewing was finished, grab a drink and sent our offer in. The landlord asked for 1.1k I believe, and we offered 1.2k. I was quite skeptical during the whole thing because, like I said, this whole process was very frustrating, but I got a call from the agent the following day saying that things are looking good, that our offer was the first offer they received, and it was also quite straightforward. We offered a 1-year tenancy, and we also didn't really have any break enclosure. We didn't want any furniture to be removed, and we were willing to move in on the 19th, which was the day that the property was gonna be free. I also suggested we added 25 more pounds if we could afford it, just to make sure we get the place, but we decided to add 50 more pounds because we really wanted the place. So I look very rough, but I just had a call from an agent, and the offer me and my boyfriend made got accepted. I need to send a quick deposit. And to make a long story short, we ended up getting the place, we signed the lease, all that stuff, and we moved in. It's been a month of us living in this place, and I kid you not, it's not finished whatsoever, so I'm not sure when you guys will get a finished flat tour, but stay tuned for the empty flat tour because that's coming next week. Like I said, that's the end of today's video. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. I literally watched so many of this video while we were struggling to find a place, so hopefully this helps someone. And if you're in the process of looking for a place, I want to tell you there's always light at the end of the tunnel. It can be hard, it will be hard, you will cry tears, and you will look for an apartment while you're out having a drink with your partner, but at the end of the day you'll find the one that is perfect for you. You just need to believe in that, and you need to be very patient. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Not gonna lie, going down the memory lane of this apartment gave me a headache. Oh well. I hate